to yet another video with me, Tevin, and Kim on the channel. Kim and Tevin. Yes, I got the opportunity finally to say my name before. It's my gosh. We were actually discussing a picture, or rather the impact that like the impact that certain people have when they post pictures on like Instagram and stuff like that. So
which is the impact of social media in general.
I think in general, like, okay, yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah.
It's not social media, because social media wasn't put out to do that stuff. It's
okay,
all based
fair.
on how you interpret it. So too many times when we look at posts on social media and whatnot, we'll just look at one side of it. So hence people will be like, no, social media is negative and whatnot. But also forgetting that there's so many people that are actually putting out content that's motivational, that gets people ready to go out and do things. So that's the interpretation of that stuff is based on your self-esteem. On yourself. So
and we're not just talking about this just because we're trying to come at anyone or like to be like self-esteem what it doesn't make sense. We're both talking because there's experience between the both of us,
yeah,
where one person has a low self-esteem issue and how that whole thing affects the relationship in its entirety.
Yeah, all your relationships technically in life, not only like your romantic relationship. Yeah, so any relationship
that you may have.
Yeah.
So basically, that picture, it was just a girl, very popular girl on Instagram, that posted this picture, looking very amazing, and and obviously, for someone like me, I'm going to speak on myself. I thought she looked amazing. Even put a few comments under that picture to be like, wow, she looks extremely good. And I even showed you the picture at a point.
Yeah.
And then later on in the day, on that same day after she posted the picture, obviously going through comments because she was even trending on Twitter. So going through what people were saying. Obviously you're expecting negative comments because some people are just miserable. So you're expecting negative comments, brush them off. Positive comments, which were great. And then there were those, I don't even know what to call them.
I'll call them odd, because it made you look at the picture in a deeper way than what you initially would.
Yeah.
So like it made you think past the surface about what was actually being posted and its impact. So like to dive deeper into the whole situation. Consequences of it, like on certain people.
So the one comment that stood out particularly for me was a girl who had said people's boyfriends, including herself in that comment, people's boyfriends settling for them when knowing all too well they want somebody that looks like that specific girl. So initially,
I'm a boyfriend.
Initially for me, I was kind of taken aback by the whole situation. And then I also started to think about it in that light, to be like, okay, after I've shown you the picture, what are you thinking?
Obviously now reflecting back on it, it didn't go like that. Like how it went was like she showed me the picture. She was like, yo, check out how nice she looks. I don't know this girl. So I was just like, okay, yeah, she looks cool. Yeah, it's a bikini. And I was like, but like I feel like you guys have like the same structure. That was like my initial wording after that. Like you guys have the same structure. So I'm like, dude, you could pull this bikini off also. What we also need is a proper camera.
And a nice place to be.
Yeah, simple, and you're done, But then, like, she started sneaking in, like, young comments. And she was like, no, my boobs, they're too saggy. And I'm like, dude, but like, your boobs look like they're the same size. I'm like, relax. She's like, no. And now, obviously, as a partner, now I'm like, okay. Like, what do I say? Because if I continue pestering on about it, she's just going to keep on making more and more excuses for it. And then I obviously got to the point where I was like, no, yeah. Because I was like, I looked at her and I was like, but like, dog, legitly, it's the same. There's legitly no difference between your structure. And then she obviously said what she said. And then obviously, as a guy, when to take your L and sit down. I took my L and I sat down. And then, like, how can you're in a relationship with this person. why would you first of all get into a relationship? Not to say get into a relationship, but why would you have a view of your boyfriend in that way? Has he ever? First question is, has he ever given her reason to think that those are the type of girls that he wants to be with? Did those words ever come out of his mouth? Because already on that end, he's on the losing end. Because whatever comment he can ever make about any other girl is already going to be taken in that light. You're just here. These are the types of girls that you're actually looking for, and that's not even his intention. He's just out here, just giving a comment to be like, no, hey, she looks fly, what. But then because.
But you know what my thing is, ne? I get where she's coming from.
But what I'm saying is that now, fine, that is how she feels.
Yeah.
But now, for the boyfriend, the guy on the receiving end of that, what's it like?
No,
where does he strike the balance to be like, okay, I'm supposed to lift you up when you're down. That's what relationships are about. I can lift you as high as I want to. But if you can't see the levels that I'm lifting you up to, me lifting you up is going to be worthless. There's no point to, because you don't see it. Yeah.
No, but let me tell you why. And I'll also elaborate as to why I was with someone long ago even. I know it was like a primary school relationship, but those counted. Yeah. So I was with someone, I think like grade 6 or something, and he was in high school, this guy. So obviously now you're feeling yourself, you're dating a guy in high school and whatnot. And we were together for like a couple of months, probably like 3, I don't even remember. Only then, like a few months down the line, I see him, because we all rode the bus together to a central location where we would all then go home. So only to find one day I was coming to that place in the morning to take a bus to school. How I see this guy, he's with my friend. I'm like, okay, what's happening here? And they're like really cozy about the whole situation. Like, okay, you know what, let me not be all hoo-ha about it because she's my friend, and you're obviously not going to think that your friend's gonna do
something like that. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool, no issues. A few weeks later, I'm with the friend in the bus going to that central location. We were talking, and she's like throwing in some snacks things in jail about my boyfriend at that time. And I'm like, okay, like whatever. I see them again, and obviously now I decide to confront him about it, to be like, dude, what's happening here? Then he says to me, nah, I'm with this girl now. Like, what do you mean you're with this girl? She was only a year older than me. I'm like, what do you mean you're with this girl? He's like, no, I only really got with you because I wanted to be with her. Wow. Yeah.
Your men are dicks.
Yeah.
Your
Like,
men are dicks.
imagine
What a dick.
something like that.
Yeah,
What am I
relationship
supposed to
track record, man. Holy shit.
What am I supposed to think? No, what am I supposed to think? I'm in grade 6. I'm very young.
I've got baggage.
I've got baggage now. Yes, it's bad. So what am I supposed to think then? I think that thing, and I'm only realizing now that thing stuck with me since then. To be like, what if now these people that are getting with me are only with me because they want to be with somebody else that I know, blah, 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 blah. Hence, a lot of things happened between you and I. I understand where she's coming from, because now if you're with someone and they tell you something like that, because not everyone's going to think like you, not everyone's going to think like the next person that's nice about the whole thing. Someone is really actually going to hurt that person. So I think that's where all of this also stems from. And above that as well, having a self-esteem issue, which then I also had in the process. So it didn't really help me now that thing is in the back of my mind, and then on top of that I have a self-esteem problem, so obviously it's going to affect a lot of things. So
wait, do you now think that the way that your relationships ended, did that play onto your self-esteem?
Yes.
Or is it a completely separate issue too?
It did play on.
It's one and the same.
No, I'm saying it played onto it, not that it's one and the same thing. The issue was already there, so now these people are just adding fuel to the fire. That's already there. And now it's like everything is just going to
shit.
exactly. So I really get where she's coming from with respect to that, and it's hurtful, and I understand why she said what she said. But then I think after that comment, for me, it was kind of like a thing where I was like, yo, okay, this is really bad. This is really bad to be thinking like this. And in that same breath, I was also like, what are you thinking? In a way, Yoguti, if I'm feeling some type of way about it, and now I'm bringing all of that stuff onto you, how is that affecting you in the private?
At the end of the day, that's the person you're gonna go to.
Yes.
To obviously kind of like
To
alleviate
be like,
to
yes.
alleviate those stresses. And like, I don't want to say like it's completely like a one-sided coin thing, but I think in terms of that, there's only so much your partner can do. Like I said, because he or she can lift you up as much as they want to,
or as much
but
as they can.
yeah, but if you don't see your value in it, then
what
there's
they're
no
doing
point
is
to
pretty
it. It's
pointless.
point. You don't know yourself that well as a person.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're always growing, you know, learning and changing and stuff like that, but you don't know yourself that well. And at the end of the day, that comes down to like identifying things that you understand will come across and show value to you.
And then he'll just be there just to add the
to
cherry
add
on
to
top
it,
of
yeah,
the cake.
to be the one that completely fills up the cake.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Because you're always going
You're
to
the
be
cake,
looking
yeah.
for people to fill a
To
void.
fill a void in your heart, and it's certain things people are just gonna fill that void for their own needs. If they need
And
something
then after
for you,
they
they
get
know
it, then they're done with you.
Exactly,
Like,
and
it's over.
unfortunately, after they're done, it's not like they just leave that void. They take an extra piece of you, gone, because you don't know who you are now.
So finding
not knowing
yourself in
yeah.
that process
But when
will
you
also help your partner to be like, okay,
you'll know what you need,
Yes.
the type of support that you need from them. So it's easier for you to obviously direct them and be like, no, babe, I see what you're doing and I appreciate it. Thank you. You know, instead of you being like, I see it in that space of time. But bang bang got this from their boyfriend. Why can't you
why
do
aren't
this?
you doing it for me?
Yeah, you see. So it's a thing of knowing yourself and esteem. So too many times we try to compare ourselves with other people, forgetting that we're all individuals and
we're all different.
Yeah.
We're never gonna be the same.
Yeah,
no
never.
two people are the same.
No two people are the same. If like there's anything I can relate, there's like a story that we say like in my family. It's good to see like think lingani for a reason. All your fingers are different lengths or heights for a reason. Because if they were all the same length, you wouldn't be able to clench your fist the way that you clench it. You wouldn't be able to slap, you wouldn't be able to carry things the way that you carry them. So if each of them didn't play their role in the way that they played it, your hand wouldn't be able to function in the way that it is. So it's the same thing with human beings. So be the best version of yourself as a person, and then that makes it easier.
And as life goes on,
yeah,
you get to learn.
You'll get to learn that thing and change.
You get to a point where you need to be. I can't now constantly want to be like you. I wasn't created for that.
In that light, yeah.
Our purposes are different.
Exactly.
It's not the same thing. So now if I'm constantly trying to achieve what you're trying to achieve, I'll get to a point where I'm like old and so many opportunities have missed
them
me
because you're chasing
because I'm
other
busy
people's
chasing after other people's stuff, and that is not what is destined for me.
Exactly.
So it's an important lesson that I think we all need to learn. And like I said, we are not talking about this because we're at a point where we feel like this is it and we know.
I am. I know. I know everything. Ask me.
What do you know?
See, I already know what you're gonna ask me. Just say what I know. See, I already know. I know everything. Like you need to get to a point where you know yourself. At the end of the day, you're gonna start running around doing crazy things for things that actually don't add any value to you as a person. You get what I'm saying?
And it's gonna mess you up.
Exactly. So
completely messed up.
Just to actually relate it back to the picture thing. Now, let's say how many more pictures are gonna get posted on Instagram? Of different girls, of different body types, different skin tones, different color type, different body shapes, different clothing, different lifestyles.
Different, like, guys.
And now, when you see those pictures, and you're still gonna have that exact same view. Like,
What is life?
What is life?
What is
You're
life?
genuinely gonna be wanting to change yourself to fit every single mode of that, and it's not gonna happen, bruv.
No,
Never.
bro.
Never, Tais. No, genuinely, never, Tais. I don't care.
It's not going to.
It's not gonna happen. It's not.
Like,
You'll never be satisfied. If you're not enough for yourself, how can you expect to be enough for someone else?
oh,
Or for someone else to be enough for you? Never. Shalom. Hold on, shalom.